In the spring of 2025, a game was quietly released on Steam, the world's largest digital gaming platform. Its name was No Mercy, and it promised players an experience like no other. But within weeks, this game would ignite a firestorm of controversy, leading to international bans, political condemnations, and a heated debate about the limits of artistic expression in video games. What was it about No Mercy that caused such an uproar, and how did it all unfold? Join me as we delve into one of the most contentious moments in recent gaming history. On March 22nd, 2025, Xeract Games, a developer previously unknown to many, launched No Mercy on Steam. Marketed as a 3D choice-driven visual novel, the game immediately drew attention for its explicit and controversial content. The store page boldly stated that the game contained violence, blackmail, and unavoidable non-consensual. The promotional material was even more provocative, urging players to never take no for an answer, and to become every woman's worst nightmare. Shockingly, No Mercy was released without an age rating or content warning, making it accessible to Steam's vast user base, which includes users as young as 13. The game's description included lines like, "Your goal is simple, leave no," since that's the only thing they all want, which many found deeply offensive and misogynistic. Little did the developers know that their game would soon become the centre of a global controversy. It didn't take long for the gaming community and beyond to react. By early April, social media platforms, particularly X, were flooded with outrage. Users like Layla Micklethwait highlighted the game's accessibility to children, tweeting, "If we needed another reason to keep children away from screens." Advocacy groups such as Collective Shout and the National Centre on Sexual Exploitation quickly condemned the game. NCOSE posted, "Sexual violence is not entertainment," and called for its immediate removal. A Change.org petition, launched by Collective Shout, rapidly gained traction, amassing over 70,000 signatures demanding the game's global removal from Steam. The petition argued that by treating as entertainment, No Mercy puts all women and girls at risk. As the outrage grew, it wasn't long before politicians got involved. As the controversy gained momentum, major media outlets began covering the story. On April 8th, 2025, The White Hatter, a digital safety advocacy group, published an article detailing the game's content and expressing concern for parents and caregivers. The following day, LBC in the UK ran an investigation into No Mercy, which led to swift political action. UK Technology Secretary Peter Kyle described the game as deeply worrying and demanded its removal from Steam. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper echoed these sentiments, stating that such vile material is already illegal under current laws and praising LBC's efforts in bringing attention to the issue. Cooper referenced the Online Safety Act, which aims to hold platforms accountable for harmful content, adding pressure on Steam to act. With political figures weighing in, what would be the next step for No Mercy? Faced with mounting criticism and legal barriers, Xeract Games issued a statement on April 10th, 2025. In a lengthy post on Steam, they defended No Mercy, arguing that the game was fictional and represented popular kinks without causing real harm. They stated, "Real incest is something disgusting, and we fully agree with that, but maintained that in the context of the game, it was just fantasy." The developers claimed that media reports had misrepresented the game's content and that critics were using the controversy for their own gain. Despite their defense, Xeract Games announced that they would voluntarily remove the game from Steam, saying, "We don't intend to fight the whole world, and specifically, we don't want to cause any problems for Steam and Valve." They expressed a desire to avoid further conflict and to respect the platform's position. But what would Valve do in response to this decision? While Valve removed No Mercy from sale in the banned countries, the company did not issue an official statement regarding the controversy or the game's global removal. This silence is consistent with Steam's historically hands-off approach to content moderation, where they rely on community reporting and legal requirements rather than proactive curation. Digital safety advocates, such as the White Hatter, criticize this approach, arguing that platforms have a responsibility to prevent such harmful content from being accessible, especially to minors. The lack of a formal response from Valve left many questions unanswered about their content policies and future measures to prevent similar incidents. How would this affect the gaming community's trust in Steam? The gaming community was sharply divided over the No Mercy controversy. On one side, many players and industry professionals condemned the game, supporting its removal and calling for stricter content guidelines on digital platforms. On X, users expressed extreme outrage with tweets saying, "Everyone who plays that game needs to be killed." On the other side, some defended the game on the grounds of artistic freedom and freedom of expression. Endymion YT, for example, stated, "While I am not defending the game's contents, I am defending the implications," suggesting concerns about censorship. Online forums like Reddit saw heated debates, with some users arguing that the game should be allowed as long as it's properly rated, while others believed it crossed a line that no game should cross. Would this division shape future content policies? This was not the first time Steam had faced such a controversy. In 2019, a game called Day was pulled from the platform after similar public outcry. Steam stated at the time that the game posed unknown costs and risks leading to its removal. The No Mercy controversy reignited discussions within the gaming industry about content moderation and platform responsibilities. It prompted calls for stricter oversight and better age verification systems on digital distribution platforms. Some industry analysts speculated that this incident could lead to more proactive content review processes on Steam and similar platforms, potentially affecting how adult content is handled in the future. Additionally, the controversy brought attention to the role of governments in regulating digital media, with the UK's Online Safety Act serving as a model for other countries considering similar legislation. As the dust settles, what lessons will the gaming industry learn from this storm, just like they had to learn from the malice practices of Electronic Arts?